Well, hello and welcome to this week's ITL. I hope you all had a great week. Oh, I did try out I don't have it around here. I did try out the programmer, the Bluetooth wireless programmer for the UB5R, the Baofangs. And I'll have to report to you, it worked flawlessly. I mean, from going directly to the radio, even going online and doing the programming wizardry there, the magic stuff, and then sending it to the phone, to the radio. That worked flawlessly. Had no troubles at all with it. Very pleased with it. But then I went from using my cell phone my newer cell phone, to trying to use it on my tablet, which is not that old of a tablet, really, about a year and a half old, to trying it with an older cell phone, which actually I carry an older cell phone that doesn't have a SIM with my radios back. That is for doing APR, yeah, APR stuff and so forth that you don't need a SIM card for. And it was a no go. It was a no go. They're just too old of a product to use. So a little bit of a warning: you do need newer equipment for this. But it does work. It'll work flawlessly. Other than that, um, so I will be looking probably retiring my current cell phone over next time, so I can without the SIM so I do have something that I can just go Bluetooth directly on the go to program my radios, because I'll tell you, it's a lot quicker and a lot easier just to quickly did it and off you go. I mean, it's just that easy, and you can put your preferences right there, which you can't really touch too well by doing via keypad. But yeah, it worked really, really well. And actually, you can turn whenever you turn the radio on, you can put your name or whatever in place when you first turn it on. I always have my call sign popping up. And the call sign, I always have like to add on my call sign -1 to whatever to my spare radios. It just keeps me be able to keep track of my radios better. Which one's the oldest to which one's the newest, because they all do look about the same. But they they're not. You can tell by the programming. The newer radios don't have the same. They're not opened up like the old ones. But yeah, but it works flawlessly. I would definitely recommend it to anybody starting off. I still would recommend using Chirp though. Chirp really, it's a good, it's a good, it's good to have the wired in there. It's good to be able to go in and get your fingers into the nit and gritty. Saying that, saying that, I will always say you need to get into the radios and learn how to program them without all this stuff. That way you know how to program them in an emergency. Because if the power goes out, let's say you're in a hurricane, you're after a hurricane, you're trying to clean up, there's no power, your phones are dead, you have no power to the phones, but you have your radios. You have to be able to program them in, because you might not be, well, the radios might be blank, might not be your radio to start with, which I hope that wouldn't happen. But anyway, different things could pop up anyway, and you might have to quickly program your repeaters in and stuff. Just a thought. Oh, but yeah, I've been dipping in me and my antennas. Been making actually antennas for the citizen band radios, and well, 10 meter, which I don't have anything quite for what you call true 10 meter yet. Since citizen band kind of falls into a little bit, but I do have my citizen bands around, and I'll be setting up my radio network here, set up here, which actually will be along the wall off to that direction. Be off to my right. Um, I'm setting it up so I have my Citizens bands on there. I have my 2 meters, 70 centimeters. I'll have all my radios hooked into there together. Then I'll have I gotta set up my antennas to be able to go in there. But my Citizens band antennas are not going to be outdoor antennas. They'll be actually dipoles in my attic because I'll just be able to do that because they're not really that distance in the first place, unless you want to talk skip. But they're really meant for close-up range, and because there's more people out there that have the old CB radios than anything else in my area, and I'm kind of being an advocate to tell them to pull them up, set them up. You can do it really cheaply and easily. Set them in your house, just even the mobiles, as long as you have the proper power supply hook-ins. Even if you are using an old car battery, do it safely indoors though. And I mean, there's different things you do. I personally use a power supply, wall outward power supply that I purchased, but I also have my 12-volt backup batteries too. So you can do either way, and they work just fine. They work just fine, guys. Uh, I've always done that. But yeah, I probably more than likely be retiring my old Royce. It's an old Royce 70s from the mid 70s bass unit. It's a 23 channel radio, and I'll keep it my 40s, even though they're just a small beginner, but no frills automotive radios. They work just fine. The one's a little bit muffled as far as the microphone goes. Get the microphone starting to show its age, but it still works. I can clean up the microphone later. But yeah, I've got many of those cheap. I find them at yard sales. I mean, I don't spend no more than say $10 for those radios, and then I just hold my breath till I get home that they work. For $10, for less than $10, I can take that risk. I see, but I really push for that, and also go to your stores. The little, I mean, we have an Ollie's store not too far from where I live, and they sell these little family radios, handheld radios, for under $10 also. I mean, I found mine for like $5 because they're on sale. There. They're trying to get rid of them. Might be odd colors like pink and whatever. My wife likes the pink. I don't care. As long as they work. As long as they work. I mean, I have pink T-shirts my wife got me. I still wear them. I know who I am. I know my preferences. I have no troubles. So I mean, as long as they work for emergency, that's you're really looking for. Is what you need to do for the emergency, because you gotta keep your self level head and planned out. Even for a short time for food, even getting out. I like to hunt and fish. I haven't been able to do either one of them for a while, but I'm getting back into that. The hunting a little bit later, but the fishing will be this spring and the summertime. Definitely. I'm getting my gear back out. I've got some new gear I want to try out. I'm dying to try out. And you don't even really need live bait most of the time. You can use the artificials lots of times, as long as you know how to use them. Because I mean, you could just try them out and see what works for you. I've just got to get the memory going, but I used to use them with a lot of success. Uh, but get the skills honed. That way, if you need them, they're always there. And it's always fun to do it. I love fishing. I love getting out there and just being by myself and the wife and maybe the dog on the shore and just I used to say drowning worms, but I mean it's just having a good time sitting back and enjoying the day, letting the water go by. But yet, get yourself a bunch of fish to catch home, bring supper home. Quick cleanup, really easy supper. These these things are good to have under your belt, just in case something would happen. You never know. Hopefully, nothing will ever happen, and you're just having fun doing it. Just like me with the radios. I love doing talking on the radios, even though I'm not really a social person, really. Even though a lot of my friends would say different. I really don't like going out and talking in public. But I talk a lot better on my on my videos because this is one on one, being the camera. These guys are in the camera. That's cool. Uh, but I like being by myself. I like being by myself in the woods hunting. I like being by myself fishing. It's just the way I've always been. That's one of the reasons why I don't mind riding my motorcycle by myself. I've done it for a long time, and I'll keep doing it. Just the way it is. I don't need a group to ride it. I'm just fine doing it myself. Boy, am I getting a lot of light flickering in my in my camera setup. We'll see how it turns out on edit. But yeah, I mean, it's one good thing I came up the last few days. I have been working on my weight. I brought it up several times. I got really huge there for a while. Really didn't like it, but I'm in control of that. So I'm like, you know what? I need to take care of this because if I don't, I'm not going to be around much longer for my wife and to be able to do the things I like to do. I'm going to be in the ground. Well, I'm not actually in the ground. I have a plan that I'm going to be toasty. Toasty. But anyway, that's not here or there. But I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and work on my weight, start eating healthier and everything. I know how to do it. It's just a lot harder nowadays since I'm older than it was back whenever I was younger because I've been up and down my weight so many times it's unreal. But I have joined this group called Tops. If you heard Weight Watchers, you actually have an idea. Well, as a group, because they do completely different things as far as how you lose weight. But Tops is more of you find out what works for you, healthy way to do it. But yet you're accountable for your weight loss. And yes, you earn different rewards as you lose your weight every 5 pounds. Well, this year I've been joined for the last 6 months, and in that short period of time, I've lost X amount of pounds. Well, I lost a lot of weight before that, before I even joined. But I lost 31 pounds within 6 months. But they have this thing called coming up in a couple of months called ARD. And it's just up in Erie, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour, some minutes north of me. And well, actually, I'm getting a reward during that time for being the biggest. Well, this is makes sounds horrible because what they call it, the biggest loser. And what that is I've lost the most amount in my weight class that I joined in to, and for all Western Pennsylvania. This is all Western Pennsylvania, not my area, just was all Western Pennsylvania. And actually, I'm put in for Pennsylvania later on. We'll have to see how well that does. I don't have any good feelings that I'll do any further than just Western Pennsylvania. Of course, I never expected to just do Western Pennsylvania, to be honest with you. It's 31 pounds. It didn't really mean that much to me at the time, except for I'm losing weight. I'm feeling better. It's just there's so many other people out there that seem like they lost a lot more weight than I have. It's like, well, it's not really a big deal to me. They should be getting recognition, not little old me, you know. But yet I've lost the most for this last year in my weight class. So I'm getting a little reward, and I gotta do a little speech, and I gotta dress up for it. And yeah, Muslim Mike gets all dressed up, nice and neat. But yeah, you gotta put up before and after photos and stuff like that. Well, to me, the after photos is not done yet. It won't be done for a long time. I am. What I'm saying is, anybody out there struggling with their weight, keep going at it. Even if you fall off the horse, get back on there. I mean, this is for your life. Nobody else's. For your life. Even though I promised my wife that I would do this, so I'm be living with her. This is for my life. That's not for hers. This is for my life. And that's what I want to put out there for all you guys. Everybody. Women, men, women. Doesn't matter. Live to be the best you. That's just not what you doing. That's health inside, physically and mentally. I mean, a lot of this radio, the hunting, the fishing, the bike riding, it's all for my mental health. It keeps me going to be like a better me, along with getting physical, getting this little walking because I can't move around like everybody else because of my physical ailments. I'll call them or disabilities. But I can do the best I can do. Be the best of me. Well, I'm jabbered on to you for almost 17 minutes. This will be a long one. Sorry, guys. This is Muzzle Mike. Hoping you have a great week. Signing out. See you all next week.